brother, who's a physician, actually mentioned Locum Tenens. I grew up in New York City, and about 3 years ago, I sold my practice, or my shares to my practice. And then about a year and a half ago, I sold my house and all my things. I like not having to think so hard about things. Like, I get to be a dentist, right? That's all I want to do. Like, I want to come in and I want to be a dentist and I want to help people that are there. But the thing I like about Barton is they allow me to just focus on the dentistry. And it's very different. You've got one aspect where you're part of the community. You see your patients at the Italian deli and at the doctor's office. And then to kind of pivot, it's different, but I love it. I love the capability of, I can always go back to private practice if I wanted to, although I don't see myself doing that. I think this called me, not me calling it. I had my resume up, and in the 8 hours that it was up, a recruiter called me, and I'm like, this actually sounds like a really good idea. And within 2 weeks or something like that, it was something really wild. I ended up in Washington State at Indian Nation, or Quinault Indian Nation. And I fell in love there with just the Pacific Northwest and just the thought of being able to do something for other people. And I didn't end up going back home for another 7 months. God bless me with a really good first assignment, because he knew that this is what I needed to be doing in my life. I've gone back a couple times, and I keep bugging my recruiter. I'm like, hey, do they need anybody? I'm looking at the beach, and like every day I go on a sunset walk on the beach. And then on the weekends, I'm going and climbing like 16 miles. And then the people are awesome. What I noticed the most was, it's not that they can't find a dentist per se, but they can't find a dentist that cares enough to treat them like they are a private patient. And that's something that really struck me and is one of the major reasons why I keep doing it. Because I think personally, and I had said this prior, I don't care where you're from or what you do or what race, gender, ethics, whatever it is, you are human. And every single one of us deserves care that is aesthetic. Like, one of my biggest things is I hate when people say they're cosmetic dentists, because all dentistry should be cosmetic. I've noticed a lot of the things that I get told is, you're the first person that's telling me not to just pull my teeth, or no one's ever told me that I can do that. I'm like, yeah, there's all these things that we can do. You don't have to walk around toothless. Like, I could save the tooth. I joke around, I'm Captain Save the Tooth, and I will do whatever I can to save your teeth and to give you that confidence. And most of these people haven't had that. It doesn't matter if I have a half hour with you, I will make that half hour feel like it's 3. I like to educate the patient to know that you are my priority right now. The world can be ending. You matter. Your work matters, and I'm here. I treat everyone like they're my family, because you are my family. We're all brothers and sisters. So I would treat my brothers and sisters the same. A little bit of kindness goes a really long way. And when you have the will to do something, like, you will get it done. Everybody's got a fork in the road, right? Where you're thinking, I'm going to keep growing and really settle here, or this is the moment where it's make or break. I'm a faithful person. So there was one verse that kept going through my head as I was making this decision. And it was, for what profit is man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? And I just felt like I was stuck in this, like, build more, make more, build more, make more. And I wasn't fulfilled. So I love dentistry, but it's just like, is this really it? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing forever? And I praise God for it, because there was just I got to do this, and I got to do this now. And I was in the process of sort of figuring out what I was going to do next. I knew I was going to be leaving New Jersey, but I didn't know what. And a recruiter called me. To be honest, I think locums is what trained me to be really super flexible, where you don't know what you're going to have and you kind of MacGyver whatever it is that you've got. So, locums has definitely shown me that, as well as we're all the same. It doesn't matter where you go. If I'm in Pennsylvania, at a Native American reservation, Wisconsin, anywhere, we are all the same. And then you go overseas and it's the same exact thing. We're just human. So I'm with this group called Coptic Dome, and we are a mix of doctors and dentists. And it's usually an intensive, like, week to 2 weeks of seeing patients, whether it's psychiatric or dental, and we bring all our own instruments. One of the things that has struck me is how different life is overseas and how much love there is in a place of need. I recently came back from Namibia, and we did dentistry on a stage in a soup kitchen. And it was called King's Daughter. And these kids would come in from all over. They'd walk barefoot with just Tupperware. And as we're doing dentistry on the stage, we've got another group of people doing medicine and a pharmacy. And then we have the soup kitchen part. After they leave from the dentistry bit, they'll go with their Tupperware and, like, just a scrap of food to go home and feed their families. To feed 400 people costs $58 US. And it just, like, I get emotional thinking about it because it just doesn't make sense. I don't care if I am pulling teeth until 10 o'clock at night and I am going to fall over where people are, like, trying to shove food down my throat so that I can, like, keep going. But I'm not going to stop until every person that came here to be seen is seen. God gives us talents, and we have to decide what we're going to do with them, right? I was blessed with something that most people don't have. So being a dentist is something that's really needed. So I get to share it. Most of the time, we'll go and we'll start to set a clinic up. And then we know what we need, and then the next group that comes in, we're able to give more and figure out what they need. And it's become a kind of a ball rolling. And our assistants are usually from the home country, which is really nice because it's not just us coming in and be like, oh, yeah, no, we're Americans. We know everything, and we're just going to help you and leave. It's, we're going to set you up for success. You're not coming here to set up their clinic or to build their orphanage and to be like, this is what we did. Let's teach them how to be self-sustainable. Let's give them the empowerment that they need. Here are these women that are single mothers or we're living on the streets. All right, let's find something you're good at, and we'll help set you up to start a new business. And then keep the ball rolling. And then you can pay it forward to somebody else. I think one of the biggest things is, God is love. We are brothers and sisters, and we just need to take care of each other and love each other. That's the most important part.